couple of different things today. So first, this is all dry, so I want to peel this off. So we're gonna put a little bit of baby powder. Test one I made for my neck. I think it'll work. I'm gonna try it out, but I think for the other ones, I'm gonna want this a little thicker. Definitely a little thicker, because it's, if you look in here, it's not even. So I would rather have that evenness to it, which I know isn't always easy to do, but just a little more even. All right, I'm gonna test this out today. So we'll do that. I'm not doing this right now. That can go over there. That's gonna be a whole other thing. So I have to make a bunch of water packets for rehearsal that they'll be using tomorrow night. So I'm gonna make a bunch. We're gonna do that. That can go over there. This can go over there. Because that is a priority today, because I need them for tomorrow. So, let me go to my book, because I don't need that many, but I'm going to make multiple for each scene so they can keep practicing it. Okay, let's blood capsules, blood packets. Alright, so we'll do a small one. Oscar's hand. We got the press and seal. If I can find the end of this. It doesn't need to be that big. So in the scene, Oscar, one of the main characters, they cut their hand open, so I just need something small for Oscar's hand. I don't need anything crazy big. So we're gonna make 2 of those so Oscar can play around with that tomorrow. And then I forgot how much this stuff sticks. I'm gonna grab water. And we're using water just so they get used to using the pack, so we don't have to waste any blood. Oh, I want that thing. Alright, we want some water in here. Alright, so I got some parchment. I don't know why I keep calling it parchment paper. It technically is kind of like parchment paper, so that's probably why. It's just sticky. So I'm going to cut this in half. You don't need all of this, so I'm going to use the other half for the additional one that I will make for Oscar's hand. So I'll fold this over. Come on, stick to yourself. I don't want you to completely close on yourself. So we'll do a little bit of this. you completely stuck. So let's take some water. We don't need that much because it's just going to be a little cut. Oops, that happens. Alright, let me start closing this. So I keep screwing it up. So let's start closing this. That's probably what I should have done, but that's okay. I can probably do a little bit more in here. So I keep losing water. And honestly, it doesn't even need to be that big. And it does leak. And I did fuck it up, so I might have to do this again. And that's okay. They break very easy, so we have a little water in here. So it breaks that easy. Okay, let me clean that up. So we'll do it again. I'm gonna have a lot of water. Your little pocket here. We don't want it to leak. I think I'm gonna do 5 of each for right now. So I'm actually gonna have to make 10 of these because I have another scene. Actually, I'm gonna make 15 of these ones because I need 15 of this size for 3 different scenes. Yeah. So, and then probably just some extras. So we're gonna do Oscar's hand first, so we'll keep going with that. All right. I know I'm random as fuck. Don't like how this one came out at all. I fucked this one up. Oh my god. Okay. It's not So I'm gonna make I'm gonna make 10 more of the same thing. I'm not gonna record it. You saw me do 5. So when I go on to the next bigger packet, I'll start recording again. So I'll be back. All right, these are all made. The little guys. All right, now that that's done, I need to make about hand-sized ones. Not super, probably a little bit bigger than these. Make sure this is all pressed. This makes me nervous. Okay. All right. This is gonna be a little tricky because I don't have an extra set of hands. Let's get a bunch of water. They're not gonna be that much bigger, but they'll be bigger. Oh, I still have this one. All right, hold on, let me make an extra one. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what size I want them. So before I start making them, let's figure out a good size. This is a decent size. This is still kind of similar to these, but it's a smidge bigger. I kind of want them a smidge bigger than this. I think a smidge bigger would be better. He's gonna have to hold it, so I don't want it too big. And I have to be very careful with these. Usually what I do is I use sandwich bags. I don't even have one to show you what I used to do, but I'm doing these just because they have to handle them so much, and I don't want anything to prematurely explode, but they do have to handle these with care, a lot of care, like a dozen eggs. Actually, this might not be, maybe a smidge bigger. What do you guys think? And I didn't cut that stuff off of that there yet. So he's gonna have to, do I wanna, he's gonna have, so this is for a scene, he's gonna have one in each hand. He gets slashed in the throat and he's gonna go and grab. So I want it to be a good amount of blood. Do I wanna test this? I want it to be a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. Just a smidge bigger. I think, yeah, just a smidge bigger will be fine. I'm gonna keep that aside. Let's figure it out. I'm gonna cut this in half. Actually, it's just a smidge bigger. So I'm not gonna cut this size off until tomorrow. I do have some bubbles in there, but that's okay. We want this to be as tight as possible. Alright, so this is for scene 11. I need to make, I think this is a really good size. I need to make 10 of these because they'll have two, one in each hand. Fuck, did I get rid of that bubble? Alright, I'm not gonna cut these until tomorrow. Just because I gotta watch and see if anybody's leaking. We are gonna tag you as scene 11. I'm gonna put these, I'm gonna keep you there just so I have a reference how big we're making them. All right. We'll make a couple more together and then I'll just go to town because I need to make a lot of those ones. I need to make like 30 of them. So we'll make a couple more together, and then we'll go from there. Some blue. Sometimes when people make their videos, they only show the perfect stuff. I'm not going to do that because it's more realistic to show you guys if I mess up something, because it does happen. You're not expected to do everything perfectly, and that's just how life goes. So I'm going to keep all my mess ups in here, just so you guys know. And it's okay if you're following along trying to do what I'm doing and you're making mistakes. As you see, I am also making mistakes because I am a human being, and we make errors and things happen. And this stuff is very easy to work with. So that's all I have. We'll get back to it. As I said, we all make mistakes. So I'm going to show you an example of one of the scenes, since this one is breaking. So the actor is going to cut open their hand. So obviously we'll pretend that this is a knife. So they are going to take a knife and they're going to do that. As you see, it went everywhere. So they're going to have to be very careful about the pressure because it'll go everywhere. It's going to go everywhere. You cannot control blood. It's just going to go everywhere. And I didn't even put a lot of pressure on that. And my shirt's a little wet. So, but yeah, that's your little packet. I'm gonna have to make, nope, I don't need to make another one. This is so fucking tight. We want it tight to keep everything fucking in. That's what we want to do. That's what we're trying to achieve. I will not cut them anymore. This is my trial and error. Well, I made 3 so far. 27 more to go. These are all fine, but I didn't cut those yet. So going forward, I will not cut them until the day of. Do this all day. Wrong side. We don't want this. This is a sticky side. Actually, it's all sticky. Alright. So let's cut you in half. I wish I just had like a third hand. Just a third. Just a third hand would be nice. I'm gonna cut this in half. Honestly, this is probably gonna take me about 2 days to do all this. I want to try out the mold today. Figure it out. But look how nice that came out. It has a few bubbles, but it's okay. Hand size. All right, I'm gonna make a bunch of these. We'll be back and I'll let you guys know where I'm at and we'll go from there. I'll see you in a little bit.